Could have just called it The Legend of Basic Bitch. What up, motherfuckers? We're back with another episode of World 1-1 Podcast. As always, you can find us at our home on Podbean at world11.podbean.com, all spelled out, all one word. You can, of course, also catch us on Google Play Music, iTunes, Spotify. Check out the awesome YouTube channel with our ever-expanding content. The delightful Twitch channel where we're streaming live right the fuck now. You can also like our Facebook page and keep up with all the retarded shenanigans that we partake in, and we've also got one of them, our Twitter things. So yeah, I think I caught it all in one fell swoop, real good this time. I do words goods. So thanks. Fuck you.
Never gonna happen.
Choose your fighter!
As always, I am your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me this week is Josh the LeGroux.
Hello.
And Kathy behind the board.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
It's been a bitch of a week, and I'm still playing catch-up. I am literally still scrubbing and editing last week's episode as we record this week's episode. So I know everything is horrifically behind, and I'm hoping to try and finally get it all caught back up and on schedule this week. So with any luck, you'll hear this on time the day after fucking Valentine's Day for a fucking change. Outside of that, let's just jump straight to...
Oh my gosh!
Video games.
Kathy, you first. The fuck have you been playing?
So this week I jumped back into Super Metroid. I got to... Oh, God, what's the level? The one with the M, the water. Meridia, thank you. Just been playing that and just kind of trying to find all the secrets. Nothing big on that. Did get back into Hades, played just some more of that one night. I was just... wanted to just do a smash... just smash and grab and do whatever because didn't really have any urge to play anything else. Still playing Fortnite like always. But I did download and start playing Apex Legends, the big new Battle Royale game that came out, what was that, on the 4th of February?
What's happening in the world of Shooty Bang Bang?
Well, it's definitely a lot of fun. One of my viewers said it's like Overwatch meets Fortnite meets PUBG meets Call of Duty. So it's definitely taking a lot of, I think, what people complained about in those games, mashed it together and retworked it to make it into their own version of a battle royale.
That's maybe the hottest new dance crave, the retwork.
They don't do emotes. They do... I guess, how do I put it? Like quotes and stuff. So there's things that these characters will
say.
Quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they say, but there's
talk.
no emotes. They do skins, so different colors to the weapons, different colors to their outfits and everything. This is a class-based system, so there's only 8 characters. You start with 6. You can unlock the other 2 by gaining money, using money and stuff, or in-game loot that you gain. Trying to remember what all the terms were. I wrote it down and then I lost my notes. But it's definitely, that's where the Overwatch, I guess, comes in. And then there is no fall damage, which is always a big deal in Fortnite. It's a first-person shooter. You're in teams of 3, and you just go around doing the exact same stuff you do in Fortnite, except you can't build. And I think you only have 60 players on the field instead of 100, so it's definitely different. I found I'm better at third-person shooters than I am at first-person shooters. This is driving me nuts. I'm still learning the weapon system, trying to figure out which weapons I like. I'm not used to having to have all these add-ons, so I don't know what's better, what makes my weapons stronger. But unlike Fortnite, it did not take me 3 months to get my first win. I actually have 2 wins, so it's definitely an interesting game. There are a few issues I have with it. One, the training. There is a training session. It works really well. It really helps you practice all the weapons, figure out how they work, what their pattern is for their shots, which is very consistent, unlike Fortnite, which can be all over the place. But each weapon has their own pattern for their recoil. Once you learn that, you can adjust, but that takes time. Each character has their own set of special abilities that that they can be used to, like the one character I like to play as, Wraith. She can make portals. She can make herself invisible.
Well,
and
then why hasn't Valve hired her?
Oh my god. She
I'm
doesn't
still
have.
waiting on another sequel.
She does not need a portal gun to make the portals, though. She just does it with her, her abilities. So each of the characters has their own set of 3 different special abilities. The thing I don't like about the training is I haven't figured out how to play as the other characters to practice their each individual abilities. The training only allowed me to play as Lifeline, who is a medic, and I learned how to do her healing abilities. But so I'm gotten good with her on those, but the characters I really like, I can't practice as because I'd like to learn how they each work. But it's okay. Now, the other good thing about this is you can play whoever you want. You don't have to base your team of 3 off of different classes. So if you all want to be the same type of class, you'll still be able to win, and you don't have to try to set up what class, like a specific class system, to make your team the most effective. That does not matter.
You don't have to diversify.
Exactly. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. Yes. So that's kind of
diversity cool. Isn't that important, kids.
Okay, whatever. I'm trying to think of what else. The other issue I don't like is sometimes you land in, it's so hard to find a weapon. Whereas like in Fortnite, you land, you're guaranteed you're going to find a weapon. It may not be the best weapon, but you will find a weapon. In this game, I could open up 4 of their supply crates and find no weapons and get eliminated in no time flat. So that's something they need to work on. But otherwise, I mean, it's a fun game. I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't. I mean, it is free, and that's always good. I wish they also had a solo mode where you could go in and practice against bots, so that you could learn the technique, learn the island a little better. Because when I drop in with a group, because really you want to drop in with your group. You don't want to separate. You want the 3 of you together. The problem is the people I play with all want to drop in the hot zones. And there's areas on the map that I know we could go to that won't have as many people, so I can spend time looting and finding better stuff. But, whatever. It is what it is. But it is a game. It has definitely taken the Twitch channels by storm. If you look, it has definitely overtaken Fortnite. Fortnite has lost a lot of viewers because all of the big names are playing it. However, the reason why they started playing it was because I think it was EA paid them to play their games for 2 days. That was the big news. So that's why it has been played consistently on the Twitch channels. I'm curious to see how long it will last. I know people are saying this is the death of Fortnite. I don't think that's quite the case because Fortnite is a different game. Like I said, the difference is third person versus first person. I know a lot of people who play Fortnite because they can't do the first person shooter games because it makes them sick, motion sickness, all this stuff. So I don't think it's the death of Fortnite, but I do think Fortnite's going to be starting to slow down a lot. And I think this is just the new Battle Royale game. So, but it is a lot of fun. With climbing, sliding, running. There's so much that you can do. Definitely check it out, play it, give it a try. And don't just play it once and then quit. Play it multiple times. That's the one thing I've learned, is that I've gotten better and better as I play it, and as I start to learn more what the weapons do and what my favorite weapons are. It's becoming better to play. So, but that's it. That's all I've really been playing this week.
All right. So, Kathy, you said something that popped a question into my head.
Sure.
So, I'm going to detour for a second here, and we're going to play a quick game of lightning round.
Shoot.
Yep, that's right. Shooty bang bang. So, if you could play any game that you've already played for the first time again,
Ooh.
right now, what
Right
game?
now.
Mm-hmm.
If I could play any game for the first time. Ooh. There's so many that I would want to play again for the first time.
You get to have the Virgin experience with one game all over again.
Oh god, there are so many games. Jeez, what would it be? I think... Oh, man. I think for me, it would be The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Okay.
I would like to have that. I would like to go back to that because that one game had such an impact on me as a, teenager, and really solidified my love of video games. To go back and have that moment again, just to remember that feeling of, this is something. It was playing that game is when I realized what video games were heading towards, and where I think I realized the impact that video games were going to have on our society. And it was a beautiful game. The music was incredible. It was a fun gameplay, and the story really, it really showed how somebody could take an image on a screen and make you really immersed in that story. And yes, as games have gotten more realistic, and there are games like Skyrim that I love, the Breath of the Wild, all of those that would be great to play again, but really, and that are more the realistic and what they are, more elaborate. But really going back to the core game that's where I think I really saw the shift into games as a toy to games as an art. And to have that experience again would be freaking amazing, especially as an adult.
Okay. And Josh.
Same question? Or
Oh, of course.
okay, I think I would play, to be honest, I think I would play the original Super Mario Brothers. Because that was a game that really hooked me into playing, first of all, really hooked me into playing Nintendo games. Second of all, really was the game I played in the arcade, and really got me wanting to, when they came out for Nintendo, really wanted me to get a home console. So even though I had an Atari and stuff like that, but this was like the arcade experience at home, which was super cool.
I'm torn because it's really almost one game instead of two, but in the interest of fairness, Portal 2.
Okay.
See that?
No, I'm gonna nix that. Portal 1, not 2. I will forever love and get tremendous enjoyment and glee and joy out of the humor and the jokes in Portal, but something is forever lost knowing the answers to all the puzzles.
Right.
Yeah.
To which, that's that in combination with experiencing and hearing those jokes for the first time is what puts that over something like Super Metroid for me in this.
Mhm.
Because I can still go back to that and still just kind of mentally drift off and get lost and wander in that world. And it doesn't take me long to get my bearings again, but I can still at least have that. I can still on my own kind of momentarily recreate that sense of wonder and exploration for the first time. Granted, it's a fleeting feeling, which is sad, but I would nix knowing the answers to all the puzzles and having the joy of figuring them out again for the first time. So, there you go. That's the lightning round, kids. Josh, the fuck have you been playing?
Okay, so I've been playing for my 3DS. I've been
That
playing
got real melancholy for a second. God damn.
Yeah, real introspective. I've been playing for my 3DS Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds, which is I'm really starting to get into that a little more than I thought I would. I'm really liking it. Just kind of in between play sessions with that. I'm playing on my Switch. I'm playing. Playing a lot of Mario Kart. Playing some Mario Party. Played some Hollow Knight. Actually, quite a bit of Hollow Knight.
Ready for some Hornet DLC?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
I
I'm so
know.
Goof
excited.
up pumped!
I know. I was pumped about seeing that. That's going to be great. What else?
What do you think? Is it going to be prequel, sequel, or a side story?
Ooh.
I have no clue. We'll find out more tomorrow. I don't know. It could be either. It could be all of it. I mean, it might just be like you said, like a side story. It just kind of goes time and time with the game, maybe, or whatever. I don't know.
Right. Find out what the hell Hornet was doing when she wasn't interacting with the Wanderer.
Right. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That that would be a cool way to go.
It'd also be cool to see her origin story too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like who she is.
Mm,
You know.
How she came into being, and right up until when
When
the Wanderer.
You know, I almost don't want that story, at least not inside of the game. I kind of want that as... I think I talked about this before, but I genuinely believe that Hollow Knight is ripe for a Netflix anime, or Netflix animated
Oh,
series.
okay. So instead of you would rather see that as the anime instead of
And I'm gonna nix the fact that I said anime. I want not specifically anime, but I do want an animated series, and it should not. The whole series should be the entire preempt, creation, rise, and subsequent fall of Hallow Nest as a kingdom,
Oh, that would be cool.
and the series would end where the
game
starts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Because there's so much.
Yeah, they made a good world
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah, there's so much just lore crafting in there that's so subtle, and it makes you want to know everything, and they won't give you everything in there. You just
Right.
can't. You can dig and you can pry and you can get a lot, but you'll never get everything. I want to see
Right.
it.
Mhm.
I want to see the Pale King come in and subdue all the different lands of Hallow Nest and bring them under a single rule. And I want to see the creature, the denizens of Deep Nest go, fuck you and fuck your rule too, because they're the ones that didn't succumb to the hive mind,
Right.
and the encapsulation of the radiance and the what could only be conceived, I guess, is a deal with the devil or a deal with the void to try and create the actual perfect pure hollow vessel to contain the radiance and get it the fuck out so that the Pale King could rule.
Right.
I want to see that. That's got fucking drama.
There you go,
needs to
Netflix.
Netflix.
Netflix, Hulu,
Fight everything else.
Amazon. Well, Netflix or Hulu. Don't go to Amazon. I don't have Amazon Prime anymore.
Amazon's done some great stuff with it.
yeah.
Oh, they have. I mean, don't want to have to spend the money to get Amazon Prime to see it.
It really does feel more like Netflix's cup of tea, though.
It does.
It
The
does.
fact that Netflix has done a shit ton of originals in terms of animation as well.
Well, it was
Which-
such a good job with Castlevania. So I think
Yeah.
full
Oh,
There's
good.
also there's also another one to check out. High Score Girl, or I think it's called High Score Girl. It's about a guy who plays Street Fighter, and his competition with another girl who plays it. So definitely it's kind of a fun gaming one. Just giving a shout out to that.
Actually, the other one, and I'm probably going to catch hell for fucking saying it, but it starts off fucking terrible, but it ended in just such a manner. I still haven't watched the second season of it yet, that I actually wanted to see the second season, was Reboot. I loved Reboot as a child.
Never
Fucking
saw it.
great show. Oh my god. So fantastic. That
No,
being
I'm-
said, okay, so Reboot
I gotta catch
was,
up.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Don't.
So Reboot was one of the first major CGI TV series out there. This was right about the same time as Beast Wars, if I remember correctly. So I mean, their CGI was pretty on par because it's that day and age. But no, Reboot was a great series because it all took place inside of this computer, and all the characters lived in the city of Mainframe, and they were all little sprites that lived in this computer, and every once in a while, the user, which is, to them kind of this godlike character that they never really saw, or would boot up a game, and this huge block would come down over a chunk of the city of Mainframe, and if the citizens of Mainframe didn't beat the user in the game, then they'd all be nullified and turned into little nulls, which are like little slugs. And
So like Tron.
Sort of,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
to a degree, but
Just kidding. I'm
It-
just
it-
kidding.
it-
Don't get
no,
mad.
it could give Bill legit baseline. That's not unreasonable.
No, but
But the show
sounds
had
interesting.
so much humor and fucking quirk to it, and it was adorable. And then you have your outstanding villains. There was Megabyte, who was just kind of the Dr. Claw kind of, I'll get you, I will rule Mainframe. And then you find out a little bit later down the line that Megabyte has a sister, Hexadecimal, who's completely off her fucking nut. Just totally batshit insane. And she's got a thing for the hero of the series to boot, which is just fantastic. She's got a total crush on Bob the Guardian. Yeah, it's fucking great. Hex is just the best. But you find out later too that Hex and Megabyte aren't just brother sister. They were originally one person and got split apart.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's but later down the line too, Bob ends up leaving Mainframe and going off into the nets, which is its own kind of uncharted waters type thing. It very much plays into the whole joke of surfing the web and pirates in the open seas and everything. So it's a phenomenal fucking show. And the reboot of Reboot on Netflix, you honestly have to get to the very last episode of the first season in order to find it. But I'm watching this going, what the fuck does any of this have to do with Reboot? This is all fucking horse shit. Who the fuck thought this was okay? And they made it right with the last episode, because in the very last episode they tied it all together. They brought it back to Mainframe. They brought back Bob and Enzo and Dot, and I squealed with fucking glee when that happened. So I'm like, all right, we're okay. It's okay. Never mind. We're good now. So, which that now reminds me I need to go back and watch the second season of that because I'm not, I got to see if they actually kept it up or if they went back to doing shit. So, anyways,
Cool.
but yeah, there's Reboot. That's a thing.
All right, now add that to my list of things I got to watch that I don't have time for.
I don't know if the original series is streamed anywhere.
Oh, no, but,
Well,
you know, the
I doubt
Netflix.
it, yeah.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
what you
but
said
you
is on
really
Netflix.
should not watch the Netflix one without having watched the original.
I'm sure I can find it on Wikipedia and get the synopsis. Or I'll just have you, go through it with me. The synopsis even further in detail. Somebody knows it.
Actually,
Hint, hint.
I need to find out if it's actually on Netflix because I'm going to be absolutely baffled if they did like their new run of Reboot on Netflix but didn't pick up the rights to the original series.
Oh.
That kind.
It could happen. So.
Yeah, it's possible. You never know. There's a TV movie, I'm sure, and all that other stuff with it. Let me see.
But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to
That's okay.
derail that one, but I totally
That's okay.
did.
So I ended on Hollow Knight.
Yay!
And then I did just put in Axiom Verge real quick. Didn't really get very far with that. And installed Atlas, Starlink Battle for Atlas. So I've got to get into that. I just haven't really had time to get into it yet, but I want to try that. So those are, and I didn't even get into my VR this week. So that's pretty much it. That's what I'm doing.
Aw, that's sad. No VR?
No, not this week.
That reminds me, did you hear that apparently people have gotten to a point where they're playing, Beat Saber at like such a high level that they had to go in and like fine tune it and tweak it to become even harder to keep up?
I still want to play that game. That looks
It
so
doesn't
awesome.
surprise me. There's a really core group of people that love that game, and they're playing it at such a high level. I mean, I can't even believe it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me though.
No.
It doesn't, because
It's like
I mean,
something
look
like-
at the DDR. I mean,
Yeah, like Dance. I was just gonna say Dance Dance Revolution. That people would just memorize everything on that. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, I had somebody I know when I was in grad school who was just amazing at that game. I could never figure out the pattern though, and I'd watch his feet and I'm like, ah.
Right.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
off topic. Sorry.
No, it's okay. For me though, that's all I'm really playing this week.
Okay. I played this game called Life Sucks and Then You Die, and it definitely, I think I've put a solid 7 consecutive days into it. I've not stopped playing it. I've gotten very little sleep because this game keeps me up at all hours. And it's fucking terrible. 2 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Aw.
But yeah, that's kind of it for me. So, I will be downloading some of the demos that dropped on Switch today pertaining to the Nintendo Direct that we got earlier today that we'll be talking about in the back half of the show, right after the break.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Yoshi Yak here on World 11 Podcast. I am Eddie V. Once again, sorry, guys, that I'm not able to make this episode, but I will be here for next week, so we will have more discussions. We know that a Nintendo Direct has happened, but at the time of this recording, it has not started yet. I won't be around to watch it, but I will give my thoughts. You guys can check that out on Optional Opinion. You can check it out on SoundCloud. You'll see Optional Direct, and I'll give my thoughts there. And following week, when I come back on the show, I'll give some more thoughts there. So if you guys want to check it out, it's right there on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn. It'll be available. It's probably by the time you guys hear this, it is available now. So let me jump into what I've been playing. For Switch, still playing Fire Emblem, still playing Guacamelee 2, picked up some new games, played War Groove, which is really, really good. Really enjoying that game. For PlayStation 4, doing some Secret of Mana, jumped into Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, and actually been like playing a lot of Final Fantasy 12. Been doing a lot of hunts there. For Xbox One, been playing Destiny 2, getting further into that game, and Apex Legends. And Apex Legends is fun playing it with friends and stuff. I probably need to jump in and play around with random people and see if I could get my skill level up or a little bit better. But I am enjoying it thoroughly. I've been looking at Final Fantasy 15 to start. It just costs $3 to start on those systems, but I will see in the coming weeks, because by the time you guys hear this, I'll be getting ready to start Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice and be playing all of that through. So really can't wait to play that. But I'm going to get into my Yoshi Yak. And this one, actually me and Josh LeGroux talked about this, and I was going to write a blog for it, but then I decided to actually do Yoshi Yak on it, due to the fact that I got another blog in the works for NGR Radio. Now, we talk about representation in game, and the blog title is going to be Represent Us, Baby Baby. You know, kind of little play on Biggie Smalls. But I was going to be talking about representation in games, and that deals with race, being race as characters being done in games. And there was a news about Apex Legends that some of their characters, or two of their characters, are LGBTQ. And a lot of people have been having problems with this. Is that why does it feel like this stuff needs to be forced in? And if you look at it at one point, you can see why people are kind of upset. You know, why not just say that when the game comes out? Why wait till later on? Or why does it have to contain this? Well, the thing about it is that with video games, a lot of communities and a lot of people are not represented in games very well, or haven't got no representation at all. It kind of dates back to the Atari 2600, that when you look at representation of characters, you know, you kind of see mostly white males in it. You will barely see any black, Native American, or many women as protagonists in it. It was always a woman. She was being captured or in some kind of dress or something, yeah, or kidnapped, and you as the white character would have to go and fight your way to save them, you know. Now that games have expanded with this story and with context and themes, they're able to use different people to fit that environment, to fit that story, to do voice acting to fit that character. I was looking up about Native Americans in video games, and you know, when we think of that, we think of probably like Prey for some of the modern people. You know, T-Hawk in Super Street Fighter 2. He was kind of the first Native American that people could probably really realize, but there was a game called Womp on the NES that started a Native American character. Many people don't know that. Or if you look at Custer's Revenge, a Native American girl, is the reward is that she's giving sex to a white man, who is defeating arrows from the woman's tribe. It was just like she's been kidnapped or something, and your reward is to have sex with her. And that's not kind of a good look for him. Definitely for a black person like me, that when it comes to black characters in games, if you look at it, a lot of black characters are considered as the thugs or enemies or boss. Even in the game Kung Fu on the NES, and by Data East, is that when you get to the first boss, it's like a black bald-headed guy that you punch. Or it's Mike Tyson, you know, before people recognize his problems and stuff. It was always Mike Tyson Punch-Out that people would see and, you know, could recognize as a black character. There really wasn't no black protagonist. Definitely in my viewpoint, there was one until Streets of Rage, for that fact. And, you know, with I think it's Axel with Axel, and then when it gets to Axel might be the right one actually. When it gets to Streets of Rage 2, you got a little bit more representation in there, but still, black people were being used as the thugs that you beat up in, and not to say that it's racist or anything, but that was what our parts were in video games. Even with women in video games, they would use only maybe once to beat up somebody. And the first female that people could think of is probably Princess Toadstool or Peach now. Before you say Samus Aran or Zelda, even though Zelda doesn't do nothing in that, there wasn't that much representation. You was either playing a white male character, you was playing an animal, or you was playing some kind of machine or some robot and stuff, or some cyborg. And as games grew from that, we kind of started demanding more representation and better representation in it. You know, no one in the game industry touched on LGBTQ characters. You know, Fear Effect may be one, with the main character falling in love with another woman, but you would never see love, relationships and stuff being affected with the same-sex characters. Mass Effect is kind of a milestone for a lot of people, because you got to make that choice of whoever to fall in love with and be rewarded that they had a relationship. And that's great. But after Mass Effect, we still didn't get more representation from there. We got representation for black people in Mafia 3 now. LGBTQ people have representation now in Overwatch, and now Apex. I don't know who it is and stuff. There's different races still coming in, and at this time and moment, still Native Americans are not being used in games enough, and we would kind of like to see that. I kind of would love to see some more Eskimos in games. I would love to see more Jamaicans in games, more Asians in games, and done very well, because for Asian representation, you would look at Sleeping Dogs. To me personally, you would look at Sleeping Dogs and stuff. So I think. And me and Josh will continue to have discussions about this, and we'll have discussions about this probably in other places and stuff. Representation really matters when you're a minority or you're part of a different community. When you're probably like majority of gamers being used and seen, of course you're not bodybuilding, having main guns and doing all these action set pieces, but a lot of the top selling games have white male characters in them. Now, not saying that we need to have an all female character list or all black male character list and stuff. We just want a list that has a better representation of what the gaming community and the gaming industry is about. And the LGBTQ is part of that community, and they should be represented more. But everybody, that's going to be it for my Yoshi Yak. If you guys want to hear more, I probably will be talking about this on Optional Opinion. And we'll probably have more discussions, like I said, on World 1 Podcast. So everybody have a great episode, great day, great weekend, whenever you hear this. And I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
And we're back. So this is the back half of the show where we either go into a deep dive, which we were actually going to do this week, until some news came across the news desk. So earlier today, as a matter of fact, so for anybody that's watching this live, if you're not watching this live, and in theory, if all goes according to plan, this will be up Friday, which means that it happened 2 days ago from when you're hearing this. We got a Nintendo Direct landed in our lap, which was kind of fantastic. We kind of made it all the way through January, thinking, hoping, and expecting we were going to get one, and didn't. And all was kind of quiet on that front until basically yesterday. And they're like, hey, here's that Direct thing we've been talking about. So it was definitely nice to fucking here's something happening on that front again to start to get an idea of what 2019 is going to look like for those of us that love and adore our Switches. Obviously, the internet has some thoughts and some feelings because they always do, and so do we. But guess what? We have a show, and most of the internet doesn't. So that's rapidly changing. So fuck everything. But since it's my show, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fucking talk about opinions about this Nintendo Direct thing and kind of share with you some of the news that dropped out of that. So to kick it off, we got our first look at what had been long speculated at. I was honestly kind of surprised they didn't cheap out and go the port route, but we've got an actual full-blown sequel for Super Mario Maker 2, because that's definitely a name for a sequel. I just did not see that title coming. I don't understand. Holy fuck nuts, whoever the hell they paid for that did not get paid enough. But, so, it looks to be pretty much exactly what you would expect out of a sequel to Mario Maker. More tiles, features, things you can do with all the characters, new power. They showed the cat suit power in there.
Slopes.
Slopes,
Slopes.
definitely slopes. Thank God,
That'll be
slopes.
fun. Yep.
People wanted for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't sure this whole thing was real, and so I looked it up on slopes.com.
But we need to get like a soundboard or something so to add to this.
Get on that, Kathy. That's you.
No, what would I know how to do all that crap? Anyhow.
You're the only reason that shit works anyway, so.
I'm not. I am not. Okay. Whatever.
You're the one running the port over here, man. So.
It's just for Twitch, not for anything else.
But in any case, so there's definitely that. I'm not going to be happy though until I have all the various power-ups from Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yeah.
They didn't show, all of it, but they're promising many new elements. So let's see what they do. And I'm not surprised we actually got the sequel because we needed it, just because it was made for the Wii U. So
Right.
It had to be a sequel, and they might as well have done it that way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, nothing stopped them fundamentally from taking the framework, like the interface framework that they're using here for the Switch, and just re-sticking that onto Mario Maker 1, putting that out, and then holding Mario Maker 2 for like an extra year.
I guess.
But that being said, props to not being uber money grubbing. I couldn't have faulted them if they had, because there's a reason that there's so many Wii U ports happening on Switch, and it makes a lot of fiscal sense. They've already spent the money to design, create, develop, publish, put them out there, and there just was not a huge return on investment for that on the Wii, and it's a chance to, at a fairly minimal cost, try and recoup some of your cost on that, and then potentially finally make a profit on some of those too, because let's face it, that just was not happening last gen for them.
No. I mean, with what, 12.5 million Wii U's, they just didn't sell enough.
Right. It's just boxed in.
Yep.
Which, speaking of boxes, we got our first look at a new Box Boy for Switch.
Yeah.
Box Boy, Box Girl.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I've never been a big fan. I know it's going to be weird. I've never been a big fan of it, but I think it'll be okay.
I'm going to go right out there and say legit, I have not played any of the Box Boy games, but they still look kind of entertaining and slightly quirky.
I think with 2 players it would actually be fun.
Yeah.
So I could see this co-op being fun.
With 2 players, I could see it having something of a snipper clip style appeal.
Right.
So.
And you may lose relationships over this game. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I never lost relationships with snipper clips, dude. We just had you just heard the funniest shit you've ever heard flying out of mouths when multiple people were in a room playing snipper clips.
Right.
It's fucking amazing.
Right. It is a good game.
So, God, what else do we have? There was their extended look at Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that got delayed too.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But not
It
by
wasn't
much.
I was gonna say that wasn't really a big delay though.
No, and it didn't. I think we're going to have enough to hold us over, so I don't really even think that's going to be a problem.
No lie, that definitely feels like a good summer game too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
It did seem a little different than other Fire Emblem games, didn't it? It kind of, to me anyway. Maybe I just wasn't really looking at it.
I don't know enough about the series to really comment on. Unfortunately, it was never my
Your cup of tea.
my forte. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Okay.
wasn't my forte. Or
I didn't play too
my
much of
forte.
it. But from what I did play, it just seemed to be a little different.
Mm.
So I don't know if they're trying to like combine a couple of those games together and kind of make this game. You know,
Right.
we'll see.
I will say I honestly spent the entire time watching the Fire Emblem piece, going, okay, so there's all these kingdoms, and they have these great big armies, and they're training, all their officers and everything for the battlefield, and I'm going, what battlefield? Why? They're all training at the same place.
They all just fight all the time.
Yeah, like, why? Why is there just random combat happening between these three kingdoms? This makes no fucking sense.
Right, I hear you.
Yeah.
And well, maybe they just don't want to ruin the story for you.
I don't know. My brain looks at this and goes, this does not compute. There's
Well,
no logic here.
You got to learn at a school, and you got to do some
In the
special
peaceful kingdom
courses.
of Fire Emblem, where all the kingdoms just like war.
We just fight all the time.
Yeah, legit. That's kind of what it fucking seems like, and I don't fucking get it. But I don't know.
Fair.
Maybe that's
Fair.
just me.
Hmm.
So, we got an updated look at Yoshi's Crafted World.
Right.
What'd you think?
I'm not into it.
I'm downloading the demo. I'm gonna play the first level. I'm gonna see if I can get into it.
Okay.
I'm kind of like want to try. I want to try it anyway because the demo's
Yeah.
free. Might as
Yeah.
well try it and see if I can it can kind of hook me a little bit. But I do admire Nintendo for their way they can take a character that was just kind of like, hey, he's Mario's buddy, and now we give him a whole new game, and everybody's just, loving
Mario's horse.
it. Yeah, pretty much, right? But
It's
he's
just a
not
vehicle.
frog. He's a dinosaur and a kind of a frog put together. And don't worry, there's eggs, so it's all good.
Hey, Piccolo, you're green, and you
Yeah.
lay egg. Yes. Are you a Yoshi? Yes, Goku. I'm a goddamn Yoshi.
I do think it's just like my mom was funny because my mom was here this week and she was saying that looks like a good game for kids. And I was like, I think a lot of adults would probably play that too. I
Yeah.
said,
I played the hell out of some Yoshi's Woolly World when that came out a couple years ago, but I think Yoshi's Woolly World is where that ended for me. I loved Kirby's Epic Yarn, but Kirby's Epic Yarn also had like a legit story that totally tied into the whole yarn crafty aesthetic thing. Woolly World did not, and I seriously don't expect there to be for Crafted World either.
okay.
And it's fun to play with this cool aesthetic stuff, but give me a reason for it other than just because it looks fucking neat.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just kind of like we looked around the break room and we had these things, and we got bored on our lunch hour and we made this thing.
George had too much sake and he came up with this idea and
Uh-huh.
we're gonna run with it.
I've never been a fan of the Yoshi. The only Yoshi game I like is Yoshi's Cookie. And that's about it. The Yoshi games just never.
Right.
That's why I didn't even like Super Mario World 2.
Mm.
Yoshi's Adventure. I just cannot. It just, yeah. I might try the demo just to say I tried it, but I don't.
That's
have
what I'm
high
doing.
hopes.
I'm gonna try
I don't have
it.
high hopes. Yeah.
I did like the, what was it, Yoshi's Island DS? I think it was Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, I believe so. I think you're right.
Yeah. Yoshi's Island DS I really liked.
But that was
with,
a
the Baby
story,
Mario.
didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
No desire to play as a green dinosaur, or a blue one, or a pink one, or a yellow, or red.
Or a rainbow one. Or any other colors you can come up with, right?
I just
Right.
don't
What
wanna
about a
play as-
Mario Kart? What about a Mario Kart? Come on.
I never played as Yoshi on Mario Kart.
Oh.
It's always the Koopa Troopa.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody tell me when the steering wheel from Mario Kart gets his own game. Just the steering wheel.
Oh God. So what else? What else from Nintendo Direct?
So, and the one that nobody fucking saw coming, Hellblade is coming to Switch.
Yes.
Mhm.
Holy shit!
Yes.
And if that was, I don't know if that was Switch footage or not, but if it was, it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
I have no idea either. All I know is I need to know if there's going to be a hard copy. That's a big determining factor for me here.
I don't see why there wouldn't be, but I also see why there wouldn't be.
I'm
You
sure
know
there
what I'm
will
saying?
be one at
I think
some
there
point.
will be. I think there will be.
Look at Okami.
Yeah, but this also is now that this is owned by Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
That might change
So,
that whole idea.
like, legit, Okami HD on Switch should have had a hard copy, and it didn't, and it did on all the other two platforms. That's really my only concern here.
Is that just do you think that's just because it costs more money to manufacture a cart,
Maybe, I don't know.
or the size of the game?
No idea. I mean, I bought a hard copy of Okami. I imported the shit out of that, but
Right.
it was too pretty not to. But it's going to be a big determining factor for me as to whether or not, because I still haven't picked it up and gotten to play it yet. I've just stared at it and gone, I really want to fucking play this, and whether or not it gets a hard copy on Switch is the determining factor as to whether or not. You shut the fuck up.
Why should whether or not it has a hard copy determine whether or not you play the game? I'm sorry, I just don't
No.
understand that.
I'm gonna play the game regardless.
Okay,
It just
okay,
determines
okay,
where I'm playing the game.
okay,
Because if there's no hard copy, I'm gonna get it on my Xbox.
okay.
Because
That's what I
that
was.
will have a copy.
Okay, that's
I
what
hear
I.
you.
Sorry, I misunderstood. The way you were kind of explaining it made me think you weren't going to play the game at all because there
Oh,
wasn't
no.
a hard copy. Okay,
Absolutely
okay.
big fucking play.
Then I take that back. Then I take back my. Blah, 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 blah. All right.
You're snarky.
my my snark. Oh my God, you use the word snarky too? Oh my gosh, I always talk about me. I'm snarky, and everyone looks at me like, "What the hell does that mean?" I'm always snarky. Snarky.
Well.
Anyhow, sorry. Okay, so I apologize. I apologize.
That was total left field. Also, I won't call it entirely left field, just kind of unknown and unexpected. Was what the hell was it? The platinum one. Give me the name here.
Astral Chain.
That's the one. Astral Chains. That looks cool as shit.
I know, and no one's talking about that online as much.
Yeah. What the fuck?
It's what Platinum Games been doing for the last 2 years.
Well, that and hypothetically Bayonetta.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Which I'm really surprised at this point that we're seeing this new IP from Platinum before we're seeing anything on Bayonetta 3.
I'm not, honestly, because they released Bayonetta 1 and 2, and they're trying to have a cadence of these releases.
Yeah.
And this is a new IP. This was a perfect time to announce this, I think.
Yeah.
Plus, if it doesn't work real well, they can bring out Bayonetta 3 and,
Right.
recoup some of their stuff.
Well, 'cause
so
didn't they mention about Bayonetta 3 too, that
yeah,
they're hard
they
at
did.
work on it, and
Yeah.
it's coming along good?
Mhm. Oh, what else did we have in there? I know there was.
I was excited about the Marvel Ultimate Alliance. That reminds me very much. Looking at the gameplay reminds me of one of my favorite X-Men, the X-Men Legends game on the GameCube.
Uh-huh.
Right.
In that style of gameplay and teaming up and
And then
fighting and stuff.
all the online options you're gonna have, which are good.
Yes.
You can play online, you can play locally, you can play online and locally.
Yeah.
it's
So
gonna
that one looked like fun. Bloodstained, the
I'm
platformer
so
that looks
ready
like
for that game.
that looks
I'm
like a
so ready.
that one really piqued my interest, and I'm thinking, okay,
Well, it looks like Castlevania because it's made by Iga.
be, yes.
yeah, but it looks like it.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah. Let's see. I am excited about the new Dragon Quest game.
I was gonna
not
ask if there's-
not Builder 2. I mean,
Dragon Quest 11. I mean,
Dragon Quest 11 S. What I thought was interesting is how they said you can, and I don't know why you would want to do this. I like the 3D aspect of it. Why would you want to go back to 2D and play old school? I mean, the
ask
3D
everybody that bought Octopath Traveler.
That is true. Okay, that is true. I mean, nothing wrong with it but I thought that the visuals on the 3D version were stunning, and that's kind of like the Dragon Quest I always dreamed of playing. So,
right.
But that's just me. But I am excited about that. That looks amazing. God, I miss Dragon Quest so bad.
So it's called Dragon Quest 11 S Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition.
I love it when they have all
the
these.
Japanese government now scrambles to try and plan a new national holiday on their calendar.
Right. Because everybody's going to call it sick.
Yeah. I mean, the Dragon Quest Builder 2, I mean, it's like Minecraft with Dragon Quest themes.
But just
I
think
mean,
now, though. Everybody doesn't have to call out sick. They can just bring their Switch with them to work now.
Exactly.
Right. And then just
Exactly.
not get paid and not do anything. Why not?
I mean, heck,
Everyone,
Right,
if everyone's doing
productivity
it.
will be at an all-time low at work, but at least attendance will be there.
I am looking forward to the Daemon X Machina demo. That
Yeah.
looks like fun. I cannot wait to download that and play that. That looks like a fun game.
Oh yeah, I downloaded that. I did not play it. And then you're going to be able to maybe get on the list to get prototype mission to play.
Mhm.
So that would be cool.
Yep. But what else? Oh,
Disney's what?
Zoom.
Yep, festival. Which
Yeah, why
yeah,
why
that
is
was-
that
it's
even
like-
there?
well, you can use that grip you bought. Or did you get that grip where you hold it on?
No, it still hasn't fucking shown up yet.
Really?
Yeah,
You
it's
ordered that
fucking-
what? Like 6?
I
8
didn't. Eddie
weeks
did.
ago?
He ordered a pair of them.
Oh, so he's got both of them. So.
Yeah, but he hasn't gotten it yet.
Oh, that's what he's telling you. He's probably out there. Oh. Okay,
No,
yeah.
because
So
he
he
knows
hasn't
he and I would both be playing fucking Ikaruga right now.
Right.
There was another. Oh shoot! I'm trying to think of what else was out there that I saw that I wanted to play. Dang it! No, I mean this direct was really good. I mean, I like the Tetris 99. We were trying to
Right.
talk about that before we went back from break, but
That's kind of a surprise, but not really. Now, when you kind of think about it, you're like, I think that'll be fun.
it's just again, why haven't they? We were talking about this, like, why haven't they said this sooner? Like, they should have done this years ago.
Right.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we did have a solid online Tetris game with Tetris DS.
Never played it.
Best
didn't even
Tetris
know about
game
it.
ever made.
Well, probably because I didn't really have a DS, so.
Greatest Tetris game ever.
I played Tetris Blitz on my iPad, which was a lot of fun. But I mean,
You rock solid need to check out Tetris DS.
if I had a DS, I would.
All the modes were just incredibly genius. They got super creative with everything. It's definitely one of the highlights of the DS that I cannot recommend enough. So, what else we have? Oh, there's something I'm missing.
Yeah, there's a few things. I think Onanaki
Oh yeah, that was it. That was the one I was trying to think
Yeah.
of.
RPG.
Yep. But I mean, the
Room
last
factor?
one. I mean, really, it comes down to the last one. The one that was kind of I didn't even know was in their shut up. The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.
No, we
Comment.
knew something was going on. They've been talking about that for
See,
a
I
while.
didn't. But then again, maybe I don't pay attention to the news because I'm so busy with Fortnite.
Yeah. No.
It's okay. It's better to get it like this anyway. Then you're like, okay, cool.
And
I'm
you go back about
excited
a year-
for it.
You go back about a year or so, and there were like job postings for people they were looking for people to remake a 2D Zelda. It was actually oddly specific in that job posting. It circulated a while back, but so it was really just kind of a question of which one they were going to do. But yeah, so we now know that it's Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening from the Game Boy that's coming to the Switch with a super toned down look to it. And don't get me wrong, it's officially prettier than the Game Boy game. But that being
I think
said,
it looks fun. I disagree.
I'm not saying it doesn't look fun. I'm saying visually it looks awful.
No, it does not. I think it looks
does.
great. Oh my
Like,
gosh.
why would you not take at least the base engine from or the base graphics engine from Link Between Worlds and use that?
I have no idea how they were doing this and if they were scaling it or if it was intended to be a 3DS game and then they just, swapped engines out on it to make it look pretty on the Switch. I mean, I have no
think it
idea.
looks pretty.
I think it looks good. I personally like the aesthetic. Like I was
Yeah.
talking to Larry before, I said, they can take an artistic view of the aesthetic however they want, as long as the gameplay mechanics are well done.
Yeah. And I think it fits the game. I'm sorry. I don't expect it to be like a Link Between Worlds or
It's not a main
because
line.
it's not the same game. It's a different game. I expect there to be a different aesthetic to it. I don't want it to look like a Link Between Worlds. I want it to look like Link's Awakening. And
Frankly, I will say what I'm really disappointed in is they opened up with that awesome, little snippet of animation.
Oh yeah.
Like, give me something 2D that looks like that. Where's that at?
I wouldn't be
need right
surprised.
now.
Well, that's probably going to be all the cutscenes.
Sure.
I'm sure
That's
that'll
gonna
be the.
fucking jarring as shit.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm looking forward to it.
I want to see more. I want to see more of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna get it because it's a Zelda game. Gotta get the Zelda games. I just hope they start bringing. If they're doing this, I'm hoping that they start bringing back some of the other ones, like the Oracle games, to the Switch. The Oracle games, all the handheld games, because I have not played any of them except for. I did play Link's Awakening and then Link Between Worlds, but there's a lot of the other ones I wanted to play that I never got a chance to because I didn't have a DS. So, like
Actually,
Phantom.
Let's say what needs to happen. They need to bring the Oracle games as a collection and include the third
Yes.
Oracle game.
Yes.
Get it made and get it out.
Right.
Yes. Mhm.
That's what needs to happen.
That is true. Yes. I will concur with that one.
Yep. That would be good. But it's not
Yeah.
happening. So this is
No,
what we're
it's
getting.
not. Right.
How do you know it's not happening?
Well, I
We-
mean, not right now.
Well, no, not right now. But I mean, we never thought we'd get the remake of Majora's Mask
Right.
We didn't get a remake. We got a remaster.
or a remaster, whatever the fuck.
Words matter, damn it. To quote Lord Rifa, you can't say what you mean, then you can't possibly mean what you say.
And then what else? Starlink getting an update.
Oh yeah.
More Star Fox missions and
Fuck yes, please.
yep, you'll be able to play as all of them now. Felco, Peppy, Slippy, and then new.
Flippy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Somebody had that on sale for $20 for the starter kit too, just this past week.
Yeah, I got
Is
mine.
that Best Buy?
Yeah, but for the Switch, I don't think it was. I think it was $29 if I remember right, and I think the $20 was like the PS4 version, if I remember right.
Huh.
I'm not sure.
It's still not a bad price.
No, I mean it's a good price. They lowered the prices and everything for that game.
There's a lot of game to love there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we're gonna get some more DLC for Super Smash Brothers, or update, I should say, update 3.0.
Yeah.
They didn't
That
say
was a great
anything on that.
non-announcement.
I know.
Update 3.0. What's in it? Yeah.
Nothing. Oh, by the way, DLC is out, and the Joker from Persona is coming.
Yep.
Everybody, so they just did that. I mean, I'm sure the competitive community's kind of pissed off that they didn't say anything else about it, but they probably don't have it totally locked down yet what they're doing.
Right. That's usually what happens.
I think that was pretty much it. There might have been a few
so.
others. Oh, Rune Factory, but I've never been into that, so I mean, at all.
Yeah, and then isn't that the one that's the fourth one, and then
then the fifth is
then
coming.
they tease the fifth, yeah.
Yeah. So there's like 4 people that are loving, or maybe more than that. But I honestly have not ever got into it.
Yeah.
So can't really speak to it too much.
No. But it was a good direct. I thought there was a lot to get excited about, really.
Solid.
And then everybody's favorite, there was there's a bunch of other stuff like, Mortal Kombat 11
Oh, yeah.
and Unravel 2.
Dead Before Daylight. Is that what it's?
Yeah,
Dead Before Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
Unravel 2, I'm surprised it took this fucking long.
Right.
And I'm also surprised they didn't pack it together with the first one, because those games both totally belong on Switch. It's the right aesthetic, it's the right vibe, it feels right at home.
It would be good.
Probably a money thing, as always.
So
Yeah, and then everybody's favorite that we've all been asking for a real long time was Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. So, I don't know about you, but that is the one that I wanted. So,
well, I'm just disappointed that we're not getting the Oedipus collection. Sorry, it was still in my head because I'm scrubbing last week's episode.
Oh my
It was
god.
there.
a couple other just a few weird ones. Like we're getting that Grid Autosport, so we're getting
Oh yeah,
getting a realistic.
Right.
I mean, personally, I was impressed by the graphics on it because I didn't know if the Switch could do even that kind of realistic look to it. But
what's that actual gameplay though?
that's
Right,
what I'm
here's-
saying. I don't know. I doubt
Yeah,
it.
that's
Probably
what
just
I'm.
beginning.
Here's what needs to happen. Microsoft's got this new amazing partnership thing going with Nintendo. We need Forza Go.
Okay.
Have these awesome cutscenes, and then it just cuts out to look like pole position. Is that what
Yeah. I'd
That was
play
a
it.
great
Fuck
game.
yeah.
I know.
I love
Play that
pole
shit.
position.
Yep.
Man.
Hell, bring back Outrun.
Oh gosh.
That's great.
The
I
loop,
love that.
The loop.
Love
No,
that.
that was hard driving. That's what I'm thinking of.
You,
Hard driving.
I
on
want
the-
Rad Racer. Bring me back
Yeah.
Rad Racer.
Spy Hunter.
Fuck yeah.
With the
That was
3D.
just popping in my head too.
Mm-hmm.
No, Rad Racer with the 3D glasses. Gotta have that red blue going.
Yep. Yep.
With the power glove. Gotta have the power glove too.
For me personally, I just think the whole thing was pretty good. It's a pretty good direct. I mean,
Yeah.
it's worth the wait till now.
Yeah.
So
There's enough there to keep us busy, that's for sure.
I
think so.
honestly think part of the reason that I suspect that they wanted to do this direct, or it intended on doing a direct in January, and I wouldn't be surprised if they kicked the can down the road a little bit to now, just because they were debating what to do, whether or not to go, here's the Prime trilogy.
right.
I seriously I can almost guarantee you that conversation was going on somewhere in the bowels of Nintendo.
I think so.
Going, okay, we've totally fucking foobarred this, and Prime 4 isn't happening for at least a couple years. So do we go, we get that you're all disappointed, but we want you to, we know that you want some love right now, so here's this. Or do we bank it and go with our original plan and drop the trilogy 6 to 8 months before Prime 4 and just
Mhm.
hold it. So, I almost guarantee you that's why this took so fucking long to happen.
Or are they saving a review of the Prime Trilogy for something like E3 or
Yeah.
later?
Nice.
Or...
I think the only way it happens at E3 is if there's enough continued outcry. Give us something Metroid already. Like, it's got to be loud, vocal, and consistent between now and E3.
What if they come up and say we're going to be Metroid news, but you're going to do a 2D side-scroller Metroid again?
Done. Sold.
I'd be
Bring
fine
it.
with that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, it would be one of three things. It would either be an HD'd up compilation of the first four, like the actual numbered titles. So you've got 1, 2, 3 in Fusion, or 1, 2 Super in Fusion. 2, it's gonna be the Fusion remake that Mercury Steam had originally pitched with. Or 3, somewhere somebody is working on Dread.
Okay. That's very possible. Yeah.
All
I'm
three
sure.
of those are entirely acceptable.
Right.
Like, I legitimately, I think the only one that I could say that I want more, only by a hair at this point, than any of the other options, would be Dread. I want Dread. I want to know what the fuck happens after Fusion. Somebody actually continued the story. God damn it.
I hear you.
Like, I'm pumped, I'm hyped for Prime 4, but it doesn't actually expand the story. It just packs more in between here and here.
Right. Right. You want to know what happens after everything.
Fuck
Right.
yeah!
Right.
There's
I hear
a
ya.
shit ton of potential in there. And right now it's all being fucking squandered.
I just don't know what it has to do with. Like, if it just they don't have a good idea, or I just don't know. I don't know what their conversations are like.
Yeah. To be a fly on the wall in that room. But
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there though, because right now it's not fucking happening.
No, not yet.
It will. It will. Sooner or later.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much it. I think we covered all that.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two things we missed, but
Obviously, they didn't pique our interest, so
right.
I think we covered what really stood out.
Cover the big shit
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and the
Which
medium
was most
shit.
of it. Yeah, I
And
mean,
the
that was
running
most
shit.
of it. Oh my gosh. Dang it. I need to go play more Apex Legends.
Alright, so
But-
that's good enough for this
Well,
week.
I mean, and also the news about from Team Cherry. Just a real quick shout out on that because I know you guys.
Oh.
I
that's
know.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes!
Tomorrow.
Sorry, I didn't want to let
So do
go
you think
without
it's-
that.
So just real quick, do you think it's going to be DLC?
I expect it to be paid DLC.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, 'cause
they
everything
did say
else-
they were done with the rest of their free DLC that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
part of their stretch goal stuff from Kickstarter.
Right.
So I fully expect this to be paid DLC. I am genuinely curious as to how this comes together with the existing game.
Yeah, what's it going to be?
And maybe get a physical release for Switch with everything.
Not happening.
It'd be the right fucking time. I mean,
Yeah.
Lord knows that's when we
Right.
had Hot Club on way back. They said that was literally the only thing holding them up for doing a hard copy for Shovel Knight is that all the DLC wasn't out and finished yet.
Right.
Now that being said, Hollow Knight's run into some problems historically with hard copy because there was actually a deal on the table that a physical release was happening, and apparently the printer, publisher, whoever the fuck it was, the whole thing fucking fell through, and poof, there it went. But as I understand it, the rights are still with Team Cherry to find another publisher.
Right.
And they did say that they were looking at options, trying to see if there was a way to get it done for a reasonable amount. But so, I mean, it's not completely dead, but it's definitely radio silent.
Would be nice to talk to him, but I know that it's because there's 3 of them.
Right.
That's it. That's the whole company. 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and now seeing that they're coming out with this, with this new content, possibly that may be why there were some issues with going to the physical copy, like you said, with the Shovel Knight release, going to hard copy, and they wanting to wait till the DLC. Maybe that was part of this. So,
Right.
I mean, we don't know. We just don't know, but you'll get your physical copies as much as you don't need them. You will get them.
Right.
I must have them.
I know you do. I still don't get it, but I do in the way.
Well, I mean, I'll just give you this one thing. 4 days ago, I did read this, and I forgot to mention this on Nintendo Life, that the ESRB did give Hollow Knight a rating of E10 plus. Now, they don't rate digital releases.
Interesting.
So,
Swear I thought they did.
no, they don't. They don't.
Really?
Yeah, they don't give digital only releases an actual ESRB rating.
Really? I did not know that.
You know,
Because somebody because I had somebody ask on stream when I was playing it what the rating was, and I was able to go find that. So I just assumed that was
I
for
think
all
that-
digital games.
Well, I think what happens is it's more like a developer thing. Then they're saying, okay,
Oh,
this is like a team game or whatever. But so it'll be interesting.
Oh, okay. That I did not know.
So hopefully we'll find out tomorrow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Definitely looking forward to that. So,
Cool.
anything else tonight, kids?
No,
I don't believe so.
I think we got it.
Right on. So let's wrap this bitch up right then and there. You can, of course, always find us at our home on Podbean at world11.podbean.com, all spelled out, all one word. Catch us as well on your device platform of choice with Google Play Music or iTunes, or if you need something a little more agnostic, you can also go the Spotify route, or you can always just be awesome and totally download the Podbean app and go ahead and subscribe to us right then and there. We've also got the excellent and ever-growing YouTube channel, and all the don't forget all the fine hard work that Kathy puts into our delightful Twitch channel. Like the Facebook page, and go ahead and follow us on their Twitters. Yeah, I think that covers it. I want to say thank you to my cohorts in Criminala, Kathy and Josh, and everybody that stuck it out this long. If you did, congratulations. That's an hour of your life you'll never get back.
Oh my gosh, be more positive, Larry. Jeez.
He's positive they're not getting it back. So
This is very true.
Oh my gosh.
I can absolutely confirm you will not get a refund on that hour.
It was a good hour. Oh my gosh. Stop it.
So,
Oh Lord. We need to talk about this.
we could totally do another hour talking about just this.
I got
You
games
totally
I
up
gotta
for this?
play. We could, but I don't know if you have that extra hour. See, I'm awake and I'm ready to go, but you guys all seem like you're ready to hit the hay. So I know you got busy
I
stuff
got
to
to
do.
a couple hours, but
Yeah.
anyway.
So anyhow,
All right. Well, that's it for us. Josh, Kathy, say goodnight, Gracie.
good night, everybody.
Peace.